Horizon Zero'dan evet şu an oyunu unuttum. Horizon Zero Dawn'ın bir yeni bölümüyle de karşınızdayım. Frozen Wild ek paketiyle. Evet şimdi oldu giriş.
Okay.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked. But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the
Bir an
falls
ikisini aynı anda söylemeye çalışınca yani.
if our chieftain agrees with his course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that. I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted, to return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja took my sister, not all of her came back.
Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron, new metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted, no way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything.
Aga be.
I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
Galiba dağa çıkmaya gidiyoruz.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit, and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right, stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
What did the war do to Aratak?
He cut away everything, until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he's right.
I still need to take...
Understood.
Şey,
Oh yes.
ha pardon yanlışlıkla şey.
What are we gonna find up there, Araya?
Ruins. Machines. And a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt the daemon.
Now that I'm chieftain...
Aratak would never have, but you were not. Silence came to Bun.
Silence was...
It was. Or at least, when we sent runners to us, his knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and it didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and...
What about you?
No. But he impressed me.
Boom boom
He
boom.
carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but he was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom. He met with us there.
Hemen gitmeye hazırım,
He
sağ ol
vanished
beni.
with the spoils. And
Tam boş
summoned the
konuşmaya
crew.
başladım.
He
Sağ ol beni
committed
lan.
an unforgivable, but also anyone else.
I'll keep that in...
Tamam ha
It
gitmek
hasn't been
istiyorum.
easy for you, Araya. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, We both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
Ne yapıyoruz?
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother!
Oradan çıkan bir makine olmasın da.
The spirit awaits!
It's not all that waits.
Smoke has been detected within the facility. This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain
I
calm
too can
and
call upon the
proceed
power
to
of the old ones.
exit.
Hadi bakalım.
What was this place?
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? Blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just...
Toplayalım da ne olur ne olmaz.
Here. Up and over.
Nereden lan çıkacağız? Here dedi de. O ne lan? Şunu toplayalım da. Ne değişik
Not much
ya.
farther now.
Ananı satayım, bu ne?
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. The machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. And so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers, steel, frost. Where's all this going? This one's a new predator. Can see the heat coming off it.
These towers pulse with heat.
With vibrations in the heat. Tapping into something underground.
The bodies of our kin remain machines. Take whatever supplies are left. Keep us alive a bit longer. Well, we have survived. Or our kin did not. Look out! More machines!
Uyuyan canavarı uyandırdık.
No time to do this nicely.
Korktum, yemin ederim, uyuyormuş. Sakin ol lan.
Is this a projector? Maybe to show holograms without focus.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job.
Ya çok olmayacak.
None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director Chow. All right, Cyan. What's our latest number? The current count is 1,654. Wow, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
It was the spirit. The old ones. I could only...
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. This was...
Onları görmüyor. Birazcık olay yarattık ama kusura bakmayın gençler, bizim de işimiz var yani, anlatabiliyor muyum? Hop, supply. Oh.
More machines.
Nerede?
Make ready.
Nereden geliyorlar lan? Oho, bu ne lan, bu ne? Bu... Tepki veremedim. Yemin ederim tepki veremedim.
More machines. Make ready.
Radiation deli misin nesin? Hadi köyüne. Kalbime nasıl indirdim?
Much stock in songs and deeds, but that battle was a verse worth singing.
Now, Aloy, the door. Can you open it?
Let's find out.
Hadi açalım şu kapıyı.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machine.
It's twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits. Lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes, finish this.
All right. Here we go. This way.
Bir dakika, benim skill'ler doldu galiba. Burada nere lan? Eyvah.
Can't see a way to close the hatch. I'll have to go over. Some more people.
You stay as we have to.
I need to get past that vent. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood.
Get it while I can. Should be able to clear that with an arrow.
Nereden çıkmış acaba? Ha, bir dakika.
safe road.
Tırmansın ama niye tırmanmıyor? Orayı nereden çıkacağız? Ha şuradan. Buldum. Yine mi olmadı? Yine mi gol değil?
Can my focus show me anything? Turn this light.
Kardeş öldün. Bir kaldırır mısınız? Teşekkür ederim.
Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood.
I can't see a way to close the vent from here. I'll have to go over. Now turn this right. One of these conveyors should get me across.
Oh, she's in the air.
Not sure if that worked. That circular device. What does it do? Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge.
Ben niye düşersem diye herhalde. Ya hep zor yöntem, hep zor yöntem.
Could be something around that my focus will see.
Şimdi okey fokus da.
Looks like things are going my way.
Ha.
I wonder if my focus can pick anything. This should get me up there. Okay. That it. Where'd it go? Okay, let's get the... I'm out.
İyi kapıyı açın.
Come on over, it's safe. I think.
Ne yaptın lan? Deli.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the demon warned it.
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their
Spirit speaks to us.
It's a recording. Hephaestus. It was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is haunting.
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here.
Perhaps the spirit will tell us if it left more messages.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving.
Machines being made. As the song said,
Frost clouds.
Lots of them. I'll try to find a way through.
Whoa.
Be fascinating if they weren't looking for me. They know I'm here now.
Oo, lav var, lav var, lav var, lav var, lav var, lav var, lav. Ben hiç fark etmedim lav olduğunu. Hay aksi. Hay aksi, şu işe bak, lav varmış orada. Koşayım dedim de yemedi. Koşayım dedim de yemedi.
I'll try to find a way through. They're scanning for me.
Neredeyse. Ya kardeşim ne adamlarla geliyorsun? Niye böyle? Bu. Hayır, ölümü bu. Bunlardan oha iki tane oldu. Eyvah arkadaşlar. Yaptığınızı beğendiniz mi? Gelmedi. Yapıştır bakayım, nerede yapıştırıyorsun?
Now it's my turn.
Ne olmadı olan mı tutardı?
Another console.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon. And it may have found one.
The voice speaks with words that the old ones understood. I do not.
Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. I wonder if I can destroy it.
Sen aşağıya mı?
Please.
Hadi yukarı.
These things go sideways too.
Of be.
It should cut off the lift up there.
Yok artık. Parkur mu yapacağız ya? Oraya nereden açacağız? Buradan kaydı.
Too stable.
İnşallah boş uğraşmıyoruz.
All right, I'll grab a ride.
Ne uğraştık be? Allah yapmaktan
The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
bir dakika arkadaşlar. Tam bu nasıl bir parkur?
Last exchange with Anita via chat attached to the sentry in case anyone ever finds this. I'll never see her again. That was Cyan. I've got to tell her that too. Hello?
The voice of doom.
Biz şimdi not çözeceğiz.
Possible security threat detected. Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Security threat confirmed. Preparing countermeasures.
Hadi bakayım.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the blue light. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core camp. I will try to read the technical strength. One has been exposed, but I am including.
Unauthorized protocol returned. Scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
What will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Ula.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
Bir de nereden gideceğimizi söylemiyor ya. Orada durunca bana yardımcı olmuyorsunuz gençler.
I either need to destroy this thing or override it. Is that what the tower is for? That Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
spoke of the power. What must be done with it?
An old rat detected autonomous defenses inoperative. Power network.
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak. Aratak. Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
One of those?
It's the only way! Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Great Banukai! Rhea is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
All of my interactions with Araya were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Araya's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Araya's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Araya, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow, years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors, more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I. I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
My chieftain.
Just Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what had to be done.
Yes, and I failed to listen.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet I turned her away, my own sister. I was foolish, but she knew better. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warak can't follow. Besides, we'd already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuk has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. As minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Evet arkadaşlar, teknik arıza oldu demin. Videoda bir sıkıntı olduğu için baştan yaptık. Frozen Wild ana hikayesini zaten bitirdik. Orada Zero Dawn'un Frozen Wild görevini de bitirmiş bulunmaktayız arkadaşlar. Diğer oyunlarda o zaman görüşmek üzere. O zaman senkronize yaparak Bonnie ve bu hikayeyi oynayıp bitirelim.